Hello again, friends. After my video on my portfolio, I got some feedback that people were interested to know the rationale, obviously, behind my other stock buys on top of Alibaba, which I already made a lengthy video of. So what I thought how I should tackle this one is that I want to do kind of a mini series now on my other stock holdings in my portfolio at the moment. So we will go each of them through in this kind of shorter video format. Are you aware of what is a 2-minute drill in American football? So if you're not an American football fan, you don't probably know, but let me tell you now what it is. A 2-minute drill is an offensive situation in American football in which one team attempts to rapidly move the ball down the field to score when they are losing late in a game and time is running out. It is an extremely fast-paced and exciting situation when the game is really on the line who is going to win the game. And inspired by American football and 2-minute drills, what I try to do with the rest of my stocks in my portfolio, I try to present to you in 2-minute drill fashion, in 2 minutes, the rationale, the best things in a company, why I decided to invest in that company and why I'm still holding the stock also. I will try to give you just the main reasons in a concise 2-minute package to keep these videos in a shorter format, and that will serve you as a starting point for your own research. I will tell you already now that in these videos we will probably concentrate on the good things with the company more than the risks. The risks are obviously there every time you are investing in a stock. All stocks have different risks. So, well, they might have some same risks, but all of them have definitely their own risks, and I will maybe just slightly touch on those risks. Only so that is a homework for you to do before investing, obviously, to find out more about the risks related to any stocks I'm talking about. And today we will concentrate on my second biggest holding in my portfolio after Alibaba, which is obviously Gazprom. What is Gazprom? Gazprom is a global energy company focused on geological exploration, production, transportation, storage, processing and sales of gas, gas condensate and oil, sales of gas as a vehicle fuel, as well as generation and marketing of heat and electric power. World's largest natural gas supplier with 16% of world's gas reserves. Majority owner is Russian state. Provides also over 1/3 of EU's gas supplies. Alright, so 2-minute drill starts now. I have 7 points here on Gazprom, why I have invested in Gazprom in the first place and why kind of I'm still holding the stock also because of these reasons. These 7 points are not in any particular order. So let's get on with it. First, I had a hunch that with investing, concentrating so much on the renewable energy at this time, there might be some bargains out there with fossil fuel stocks industry, which Gazprom is obviously part of with natural gas. So I kind of started my research from thinking there's so much hype around renewables, but what is going on with the fossil fuels at the same time? And that's how I was led towards Gazprom. Second point, debt level has been manageable in little bit under, little bit over 30%. Debt to equity, so all good with debt and Gazprom. Point number 3, natural gas is best of the worst options. So while natural gas still is a fossil fuel, it's less polluting than oil or coal. So the fact is that energy demand in the world will only grow as there are more of us tomorrow than there were yesterday, and demand of energy is only growing, and also demand for natural gas itself specifically will grow for a long time. So I wanted to be exposed for a growing form of energy. Next up, fourth point. Low gas volumes in European storages at the moment should be beneficial for Gazprom as those storages need to be restocked. Demand is likely to continue high for Gazprom in Europe. Point number 5, and this is pretty important one. Gazprom is long-term producer diversifying itself globally. Leader in the European gas market at the moment, has started and is probably expanding exports to China in the future. And obviously they have also their Russian home market. So extremely diversified globally, and the company has a long-term orientation. Sixth point, the target level of dividend payouts is at least 50% of the adjusted net profit under IFRS starting in 2021. Those of you who don't know what IFRS is, I'm not going to explain it now. Go and Google it and you will get the hold of it there. So yeah, there is a fat dividend expected from Gazprom stock, and that is what I'm expecting too. One good reason to be invested in Gazprom. And finally, the seventh and the last point, and maybe the most important point. Gazprom is a low-cost producer of natural gas globally, something that is crucial when talking about commodities and competition in any commodities industry. Usually the one who gets to produce the most cheapest, can produce the most cheapest any commodity is probably going to be a winning company in that industry. That's at least a great place to start. So, all in all, those were my 7 points why I'm invested in Gazprom, and hope it didn't take too much longer than 2 minutes. I hope my team scored and we won the game. Don't know, I have to check later from the camera clock there how long did this take. But before we go, remember that this analysis concentrated on the good things in Gazprom, and when talking about risks, as said earlier in this video, there are plenty of risks with every stock you are ever going to invest in. There is no such a thing as risk-free stock. Doesn't exist. When it comes to Gazprom, what might be the origin of their risks, specifically Gazprom? Yep, that is the origin of the risks with Gazprom. Basically, I would say before investing in Gazprom, you need to get yourself in the right mind of what is Gazprom and what is a major Russian company operating in the Russian realm of investing. And the thing is that with Gazprom, most likely one could say that Gazprom is a big cake. And first it's Mother Russia and Putin who will get to eat the cake. Then after them there is Putin's friends and oligarchs who get to eat the cake. And if there is still some cake left after this, then Christian right here and other shareholders right there can have some cake too if it's any of left of that cake. What I try to say with this one is that it's obviously different in investing in Russian company, in Russian economy than, let's say, Western economies and Western stocks, Western companies. One needs to know what you're investing in and what are the realities out there. And once you know those realities, then you can ask yourself if this is a company I can invest in, if this is a company and business in such a ecosystem, in Russian ecosystem of investing. I guess what I try to say is that one needs to know if investing in Russian company operating obviously in Russian economy is something for you. Can you accept the fact that some things are done differently than in Western companies with Western stocks? And as you acknowledge this and say this to yourself that this is how it is and this is how it will likely also be in the future, then you can start asking yourself whether Gazprom is a stock I want to be invested in. I cannot help you with that. You need to figure that out yourself, think about it yourself. And if you come to the conclusion that, yeah, this might be something for me, I have nothing else to say you than this was, I tried to offer you a good starting point here for your research. Go and do your own research on the stock and see if it is for you. I cannot and I will not help you more at this point. Yeah, this was the first video in the mini-series on other stocks in my portfolio. Hope to continue this one. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.